What's happening, baby?
Everything's happening.
It's all happening.
Running down Mellon, Adam Skelter, running as hard as they do our day. Stick out your tongue and drink down all the venom. Cut for cuts, but I'm innocent sincere. Was the real on the cow in the new false Americas, in the liberated territories, unusual suspects. Shake down, shake down, shake down. Very mysterious characters. Mothers in the kitchen picking nose for breakfast, boiling them down in the bushel and the scar. Pull out your thumb and count what's left on your face. There's a wolf at the window with a ravening maw. Did you find how to lie? Did you find out how to cheat? Do you bleed, we're obsolete. So what are your prospects? Exact, perfect, object. Now if you only turn your flag, we're running wild, just like some childish tension. Meanwhile, we're working every day, paying off the national ransom.
Put out some more positive stories. Reel in the criticism just a little bit. That is, the whole system is rotten and corrupt and disgusting.
We'll be tired of this hocus pocus. The running is ragged at the first attempt. Around the time the killing stopped on Wall Street, you couldn't hold me, baby, with anything but contempt. Let us feel slowly from our speech, and klaxon attempts to reach, stretching out the stars still out of reach. Down here, great hand, outside, someone's waiting. They're running wild, just like some childish tension. Meanwhile,
Paying off the national ransom with Elvis Costello as we get this smashing episode off to a ransacking start here on It's All Happening, your weekly musical venture of and through the world we live in. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, welcoming you and thanking you for making this program part of the soundtrack of your day. It's All Happening is a production from your friends at Big Beef Productions and Strategic Air Command, and comes free of charge, no hidden fees or manipulative algorithms involved. We're just your weekly provision of audiophonic antidote to the moneyed propaganda selling already broken promises about our future. We're here for the hour, each and every week over your radio and internet streaming dials, though wartime restrictions may apply in your area. We've got lots of liberatory sounds that groove ahead, everything from the Highwaymen to the Pogues to David Byrne and much, much more. So keep your radio and internet dials tuned right here for the next hour where
It's all happening.
biggest problem in this country is that people who make $700 an hour have convinced people who make $25 an hour that people who make $7 an hour are the problem.
Synthetic emotions in the form of pills, psychological warfare in the form of advertising, mind-altering chemicals in the form of food, brainwashing seminars in the form of media, controlled, isolated bubbles in the form of social networks. Real? You want to talk about reality? We haven't lived in anything remotely close to it since the turn of the century.
Will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it.
President Trump has called for the United States to take over Gaza and displace the entire Palestinian population in order to turn Gaza into what he called the, quote, Riviera of the Middle East.
And you're talking about the United States of America. Talking about the United States of America, because when Matthew mentioned it in the Bible, he wasn't talking about the physical ground that he was on. He was talking about something in the distance. So if we are going to have one nation under God, which we must, we have to have one religion, one nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together. I don't care what your ecumenical services or what you are. We have to believe that this is a moment in time where this is good versus evil.
We look forward to a mass psychedelic civic disobedience.
There has to be some way to put a stop to the evolution revolution.
They're coming after public education and all the money that gets distributed to the cities and states to support our kids in school. Talking about coming after the funding to support public defenders so that people's constitutional right to a lawyer is supported. They're going to come after our public hospitals. Everything public is under attack. The entire public sphere is under attack by a handful of billionaires.
It's said that debating an idiot is like playing chess with a pigeon. They'll knock over the pieces, they'll crap on the board, and they'll fly back to their flock and claim victory. It's funny and insightful, but according to the theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, it's also deeply worrying. Because for Bonhoeffer, stupidity is far more concerning than evil. There are evil people in life. There are murderers, cheaters, and liars, but they are not the greatest threat. Because once something is known to be evil, the good of the world can rally to defend and fight against it. When we know somebody is bad, we know how to take a stand. And so, as Bonhoeffer put it, evil always carries within itself the germ of its own subversion. Stupidity, though, is a different problem, and we cannot so easily fight it for two reasons. The first is that we are much more tolerant of it as a society. We do not take stupidity that seriously. We do not attack somebody for not knowing a thing. The second reason is that the stupid person is a slippery one. Like a pigeon playing chess, they are not open to either reason or debate. And so for Bonhoeffer, stupidity is far more dangerous because it is a weapon that evil people can often use. Because evil people find it hard to take power themselves, they will need stupid people to do their work for them. A stupid person can be guided, steered and manipulated to do any number of things, and history teaches us that stupidity does not mean you cannot be powerful. Evil is a puppet master, and it loves nothing so much as a powerful idiot.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
That are struggling out there because of these billionaires, and they got us all arguing liberal and conservative. We got to stop doing that. Like, I am so tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much money in this country, and there's so much work being done, you know. And if you work a full week at a job, you should be able to pay your rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country because then the kids don't see their parents and they're not getting the upbringing that they need. It's so these billionaires.
17.
They need to be put down. You know, like rabid dogs. They're like rabid with greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
Look at his character in and of himself. He represents really a kind of extreme caricature of what capitalist society is, right? It's really about people, and he's literally groomed into this since his father's time, and he knows how to angle. He's a professional angler, and there's a line there with morality where someone goes from being a good businessman to being effectively a criminal. And I think there's debate as to how gray that area is when you're dealing with exploitation and gaming, because that's what our society is. We're gaming. That's what people do.
Roosevelt says that no corporation that doesn't pay a living wage has a right to exist in this country. I mean, imagine somebody saying that sort of thing in politics today, but he was the President of the United States saying this.
Corporate tax rate averaged just around 50% during the 1950s and 60s. And this is the so-called golden age of capitalism. No serious person would claim that the US had a socialist economy in the 1950s and 60s. This is the golden age of Keynesian regulated capitalism. And yet this today is now seen as radical. That is how far to the right the world has shifted in terms of economic policy in the neoliberal era.
The bucks, cough up 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 the bucks.
The democratic progressive state is about as far from political normality as you can get. The default state of centralized societies like ours is oligarchy. An oligarch is someone who turns their inordinate economic power into inordinate political power. It's very rich people becoming very politically powerful.
My daddy was a bank robber, but he never hurt nobody. He just loved to live that way, and he loved.
And what we're seeing now is the return, big time, of oligarchic power. And this is a phenomenon we see throughout history. And every so often, that oligarchic power is rolled back, but then it gradually begins to gather again and starts to return, unless you are struggling sufficiently against it.
finance blows up the world periodically. B, when it's not blowing it up, it is systematically misallocating assets. It's creating hyperinflated bubbles that are absolutely nonsensical. It's creating palaces, it's doing things that the opposite of economic theory. The economic theory is providing finance is what drives economic growth. Since we've made finance all powerful roughly 35 years ago, growth sucks. And the places where they really made finance absolutely in control, Japan, well, it ain't a single lost decade at this point, folks. It's really 3 lost decades. Glass-Steagall's removal was incredibly stupid. It was one of those things where, there's a conservative maxim that makes a lot of sense. It's called, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? If things are working. And Glass-Steagall worked brilliantly. And the only thing that it wasn't working for was bankers, right? It was working great for all those other things that finance is supposed to do, and in preventing those nasty things that finance actually does. I would be the literal last person they would ever allow to have authority again, because we didn't just put them in receivership properly, we put them in prison. And they're not about to recreate that danger. And you saw both Republican and Democratic administrations. Now they don't.
You're listening to It's All Happening, your audiophonic journey through the world we live in, brought to you each and every week over your radio and internet streaming dials, though wartime restrictions may apply in your area. We're here delivering radio that listeners have called the right program at the right time, or perhaps the wrong one at the right time, depending on your perspective and which side of the oligarchy you're listening from. For more information about this program, including playlists for the music and information you're hearing on it, as well as on how to listen to previous episodes, please feel free to visit our website at bigbeef.com. You can also sign up on the mailing list to receive updates on new editions of the program, as well as on how to and where to listen to previous episodes. You can contact us directly by email at radio@bigbeef.com. There's lots more to come, so keep your dials and bank accounts locked down as we weather through the smash and grab of our plutocratic age. With the groove here where...
It's all happening.
Mama, it's a disaster. Going faster and faster. And all of my heroes turning out to be bastards. Ain't no peace to be found in this company town. 'Cause a house will keep winning till we burn the house down. So all my friends in the streets tonight, tonight we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we gonna fight. All our friends in the upper club, all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire. Down in the streets tonight, down in the streets tonight, down in the streets tonight.
This is a dark, strange timeline, and the more dangerous it gets, the dumber it gets.
Robots out of control. Robots out of control. Robots out of control. Robots out of control.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And the buck stops with me.
Billionaires have stepped out of the shadows. They're no longer controlling politics from the back room. They're out there, in full view, utterly shameless, controlling politics from the front. And the little we possess, they're coming after that too.
If you're a banker, you have a lot of power, especially if you're bankrupt. Because the more bankrupt you are as a banker, the more of a threat you are to society, and the more likely it is that the chances of the threat will bail you out sight unseen.
Stop this world, let me off. There's just too many pigs in the same trough. There's too many buzzards sitting on the fence. Stop this world, it's not making sense.
It's all about the money.
Stop this show, hold the phone. Better days this lad has known. Better days so long ago. Hold the phone, won't you stop this show? Well, it seems my little playhouse is falling down. I think my little ship has run aground. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. My state of mind is a disgrace. So won't you stop this game? Deal me out. I know too well what it's all about. I know too well that it had to be. Stop this game, you know it's running me.
You know how greedy these people are. They do want those millions of acres of land. They do want to be able to sell it to the highest bidder, and they're going to justify stealing the land. They have for centuries justified stealing the land, typically using the Bible. But this time they can do it for money because they feel that even though the United States is extremely wealthy, they're going to play that poor card. Like, we need the oil and gas and minerals that are sitting under Native American feet. And then also they're going to desecrate reservations and our graves.
Never has class war in the modern era been so blatantly and crudely waged. This is the billionaires against the rest.
Well, I got too smart for my own good. I just don't do the things that I know I should. There's bound to be some better way. I just got one thing more to say, and that's stop this game, deal me out. I know too well what it's
Look at the way he's constantly trying to whip up civil war, which he hopes the far right will win. What is that, if not fascism? I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can stick labels on and you can not stick labels on. But what we see is someone who is directly attacking all our interests and trying to create a system which works for the billionaires and the billionaires alone.
Jesse James, we understand, has killed many men. He robbed the Union trains. He stole from the rich, he gave to the poor. He had a hand and a heart and a brain. Well, it was on a Saturday night, the stars are shining bright. They robbed a Glendale train. And the people, they even say, from many miles away, it was those outlaws, Blanton, Jesse James. Now Jesse had a wife and a lady all her life. Her children, they were brave. How about these two girls were corn, that Bob and Charlie Ford, that lady poor Jesse in his grave. Well, it was Bob and Charlie Ford, those dirty little cowards. I wonder how they feel. For they ate Jesse's bread, they slept in Jesse's bed, they laid poor Jesse in his grave. Now Jesse had a wife and a lady all her life. Her children, they were brave. But history does record that Bob and Charlie Ford, that lady poor Jesse in his grave. Picture on the wall. Now Jesse had a wife and a lady all her life. Her children, they were brave. But history does record that Bob and Charlie Ford and laid poor Jesse in his grave. But history does record that Bob and Charlie Ford and laid poor Jesse, and laid Jesse James in his grave.
And we're all witnessing it right in front of our eyes. It's all happening right in front of our eyes.
We're coming again with these songs that we've been waiting for a long time now. The first song is called...
Is there a revolution going on? Thievery Corporation.
40 years of market fundamentalism have left corporations with such power, governments so impotent, and workers so weak that the whole oligarchic mess is in danger of eating itself, engaging in such abuses that societies resort to radical tactics and ideologies in order to bring the global behemoths who have devoured our world to heel.
Well, my own outlook is that this is an unsustainable situation, straightforwardly.
You're listening to It's All Happening, your weekly audiophonic Robin Hood of our attention economy, brought to you by your friends at Big Beef Productions. For much more information on the program, feel free to visit us at bigbeef.com. There's much more to come, so keep your dials tuned here to your cultural antidote to the false flags of oligarchic deception.
money.
It's all about the money.
I'm only in it for the money. I'm only in it for the money. But I take a little glory too. I'm looking good. I'm looking fine. I sing in the choir, and then I steal you blind. And where there's a will, there's got to be a way. From Illinois to the San Francisco Bay. They want to take my picture. They want to see me cry. They want to take my picture. I'm only in it for the money. I'm only in it for the money. I'm only in it for the money. But I take a little glory too.
Neoliberalism, which has dominated our politics since the 1980s, tells us government shouldn't solve your problems. We should leave that to this magical entity called the market. It's not really a market at all, it's actually just economic power. And unfortunately, politicians of all stripes have succumbed to this hegemonic ideology. And in the US, after a while, it ceased to matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. You were a neoliberal.
I'm here from the future and I don't have long, for the blind confidence of youth is all gone. I'm here to tell you, baby, get yourself together. Do as I say, not as I do, or not as I did. I'm telling you truth, the time will come when you feel trapped like a wolf in a cage. The road is a place that you think you belong, so you sell your soul for a drink and a song, and before you know it, you're asleep at the wheel. I'm not saying you should smother the fire, step on the spark or unplug the wire. A wasted life is happening right before your own eyes. Every minute that you stare at that stupid screen and read all the chatter that you think you should read is another minute sooner that your young old mind is dying. Look at everybody in this room. No one's really talking to each other. They're all consumed with what to love, who to hate, and what to ignore. The road is a place that you think you belong, so you sell your soul for a drink and a song, and before you know it, you're asleep at the wheel. I'm not saying you should smother the fire, step on the the spark or unplug the wire. A wasted life is happening right before your own eyes. Strange idea in my happenstance mind. If you don't want to do it, I won't waste your time. But maybe you should learn to lay the machine down. And while you're at it, learn the names of the stars and the trees and the rivers in between the bars. And maybe you'll make something last more than a season. Oh, I'm not saying you should smother the fire. Step on the spark or unplug the wire. A wasted life is happening right before your own eyes. Yeah, I'm not saying at all that you should smother the fire. Step on the spark or unplug the wire. A wasted life is happening right before your own eyes.
Socioeconomic inequality is one of the largest drivers of destabilization than anything. It is the ultimate precondition, so to speak, sociologically, that forces people into a kind of antagonism. Even in a wealthy society such as the United States, the haves and the have-nots have become so severe throughout the years, and if people don't understand why, they don't understand the mechanics, they don't understand the history, they start to feel like they're left behind. So as bizarre as it is that you have a white culture in America that now feels they're oppressed, given the true history of America, where obviously the white man particularly is far from the most oppressed. But this is manifest from this, what I believe, class inequality. And I think there's a great deal of sociological research, epidemiological study that supports that. So for me, the solution to all of this is create more economic equality, ultimately. That's really the most critical thing society can do at this point to help it stop the instability that I think is only going to keep growing on many different levels.
God speaks through the prophets to nations, to you who legislate evil. Isaiah pronounces doom on those who pass laws that make victims. And he's very specific. Laws that make misery for the poor, that rob my destitute people of dignity, exploiting defenseless widows, taking advantage of homeless children. God is concerned about these things, Isaiah says. These things matter. What will you have to say on Judgment Day? When doomsday arrives out of the blue, who will you go to get help? What good will your money do you? A sorry sight you'll be then, huddled with the prisoners, or just some corpses stacked in the street. The prophet doesn't mince words. Policy does have impact, and God cares about the impact of policy because it impacts people.
Think you've had enough? Stop talking, help us get ready. Think you've had enough? Big business after the shake-up. Think you've had enough? Stop talking, help us get ready. Think you've had enough? Big business after the shake-up. Get ready, stop
These people have unprecedented power. They make the media moguls of old look like pussycats by comparison to what they are able to do. The psychological warfare that they can wage is something which democracies are completely unprepared to combat. It's so crude, it's so blatant, it's so obvious, but because they've found this cast iron means of distraction, people aren't seeing it. And the distraction is the oldest trick in the book, scapegoating. You point the finger elsewhere. But you can see the villains, they're there in plain sight. Those are the people causing the problem, but no, it's the immigrants, it's the Muslims, the disabled people. Oh yes, the disabled people, they're going to take your money away. There's an endless list of possible scapegoats who you could point the finger at. And what these conflict entrepreneurs is that what counts for their supporters is not whether they're gaining or losing, it's whether they're losing less than the designated outputs.
Authoritarianism wants to grind you down. It wants you to be left with the resonating fear that absolutely nothing can be done. And it's over. They want it so bad. And that's the only way it works, is if we all give up hope and we say, fine, you do what you're going to do. I'm just going to go over here. I'm just going to close my door. That's it. The only way that authoritarianism wins is through violence, intimidation, people joining, and people giving up. And you can't give up.
Who came here to resist? Yeah! Who came here to make their voices heard? Yeah! Make them heard now! Yeah! All right.
God rest ye merry billionaires, let nothing you dismay. Forget your workers' families going hungry on this day, and save yourselves from income tax you'll never need to pay. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. In Washington and London town you pay the lobby fees to hold the reins both left and right of sham democracies, and keep us entertained so we don't know we're on our knees. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. Fear not, ye say the media, they only sing your praise. The job creator gave us all that's good and all that pays. Be thankful for your stable beds and don't ask for a raise. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed. The Prince of Peace you call him while you make war in his name. A man with no possessions made a shill for earthly gain. Imagine all the people led by men who have no shame. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed, corruption and greed. Oh, tidings of corruption and greed.
Political communities where we have direct and ongoing political control over our own lives, participatory, deliberative democracy, taking back control over the land that surrounds us, over the crucial resources. There are different ways of doing this in different places, but we have to create billionaire-proof spaces, and then start building outwards from there, linking them up, creating alternative poles of power into which the billionaires can't intrude. Because if we don't do that, they will take everything.
You've been listening to It's All Happening, your weekly sonic venture into our world through music. I'm Andy Valeri, your producer and host, thanking you for tuning in and making It's All Happening part of the soundtrack of your day. For more information on the program, including complete playlists, links to the information you've heard on it, how and where to listen to this and previous episodes, and more, please feel free to visit our website at bigbeef.com. Feel free to sign up for the program mailing list for the regular updates on new programs and when and where they're available. You can follow and share It's All Happening via various supposedly social media platforms, and you can contact us directly by email at radio@bigbeef.com. Thanks for listening, and big thanks to all the local community-oriented, truly public radio stations that help make this program available to you over your airwaves. Take care, everyone. Be well, and look out for one another here amidst our world of smash-and-grab, hungry ghost opportunists. And tune in again next week for more of your musical antidote of hope and elevation against the seemingly insatiable forces of evil and cool in this plutocratic world of ours. A world in which
It's all happening.
I don't want to believe you sold your soul away. I don't want to believe you sold your soul away. 'Cause time won't wait anymore. I'm caught on the move. Love and life are born into one place. I don't want to believe you sold your soul away. I don't want to believe you sold your soul away.
It's all happening.
Peace and love.
Please clap.
The preceding program has been a presentation of Strategic Air Command, a proud subsidiary of Big Beef Productions.
When looking out for number one, you'll only step in number two.